Bought a pool. Hey guys, so I bought a pool. You can see this video is going to be about installation and setup on unlevel ground. It's not a commercial. I think you can buy this brand pretty much everywhere around the world. It's just my experience. Guys, you can see the liner, pipes, parts for your pump. There's the pump and the frame rails. Here is the trusty instruction book. Good. Let's get started. Yeah, I started by removing the old fountain, the little pond that was there. It's been there forever. This whole corner of the property kind of slopes down and away. So I've got a lot of work to do to prepare the ground before I can install the pool. Got to make sure that it's really level. If you imagine putting a glass of water on a table that's tilted, it's going to spill out. It's really crucial that you have flat, level, secure, solid ground. So if you have flat level ground, you have a little bit less work to do. Just remember, this is going to be about 4,000 kilograms of weight in water when it's full. It's like 9,000 pounds. So make sure you pick a good spot because you can't move it later. You can skip ahead to 8 minutes and 40 seconds for the pool installation. I used a stake and a piece of string to measure out my circle. I had these rocks laying around in the garden, so I laid them out, so I had a template there. Then I dug a trench and I put a level on the string, get a rough estimate of how much I had to dig. And then you can see I just start digging. It's a lot of labor. It took me 3 days for my ground, but it's well worth it in the end, eh? So here we are with day 2. She's going to be a warm one. Okay, back at it. So basically I'm going to tape the zone stock to the level so I can know both radius and level. I'm going to need that. Let's see if we get the right one. Got my measuring tape on there, silk stock. Plus I have level, so I can look at my level from above, and I can scooch down and see my distance. I mean, I'm going to use both are really important, and that's it. Now, time to go sweat. See you out there. Here. But I gotta maintain my diameter and the level here. I gotta keep things level. So, I got wiggle room and we're looking good. Yeah, we're on day 2 here. So I did this all after work. I usually get home around 4 in the afternoon. So I could put in, 4 hours a day for these 3 days that it took me to do it. We're on day 2 here. and still digging. But I didn't have to bring in or take away any material. I was able to kind of shift the dirt around because I've got that corner that I'm working in, and I took soil from the high point and put it to the low point, let it settle, and that worked out pretty well. Shears. So after you get your ground leveled, you're going to want to get some material. In my case, I used sand. I just used sandbox sand from the garden center, and you're going to spread that out like I'm doing there and work it to get it really nice and level. This is where that leveling tool that I made comes in really handy. You should make something like this. You're going to need it. You can use a 2x4, a big piece of wood. I had actually a long level there. And I put the measuring tape on it, and you just start working around in a circle, focusing on keeping it level and dragging that across the ground, go around and around until you get it right. So at this point, I wanted to tamp the ground, compact all of that material down as hard as I could, so it didn't settle afterwards when the pool's on there. Tamping is no fun job. You can see I've got the top of the line rig there I'm using. Had a buddy weld that up for me from some scraps at the shop. And yeah, that's an old hockey stick I'm using for the stake in the middle. I left that until the end. I'm a Canadian guy living in Germany, so yeah, there's always going to be a hockey stick nearby and handy, right? Okay. Oh yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
Okay.
now
Get her in there, bud. It's coming together. There we go. So those are our parts. And you'll see, it's pretty straightforward.
I don't like to do garbage.
Well, it's done, right?
Yup.
You can spend a few extra bucks and buy this green outdoor carpet. So it's garden carpet. I put it down just as extra protection against punctures over time. Makes it a little softer on the bottom. You can see how we just connect all of those pieces on the top rail and go around and stretch it out, and we get our perfect circle. It's really easy. Following that, you put these plastic fasteners through. You can just pop them through with your hand, and then there's kind of like a nut or a washer that clicks on the bottom there to hold it in place. You can see there, really easy. You go around and make sure you get every one. At this point, you're going to want to go around and put all of the legs in. Make sure you slide them through that sleeve like I'm going to do there, and go all the way around. So, good.
Klasse.
Now, when you get a couple inches of water in the bottom, you know, like 5 centimeters or whatever, you're going to want to climb in and start working the edges and get all the wrinkles out. You really want to make sure you do this so your bottom is nice and flat and the pool will be as big as possible, and later on it'll be impossible. So now's the time to get cold feet and do it. Pump. Pump assembly parts. This is for the pump. This is for drainage. You take it in. You take that in. Okay. Don't yell. Hello.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Henry. I don't hear anything. Okay, we don't play this game anymore.
No, yes, we do.
Let's build a pool.
Let's build a pool.
Okay.
Let's do those stuff.
Come on, put it down. Okay. So we're gonna look at the book here. In the book that they sent with it, it has a list of all the parts that we need.
No.
So there's, it shows the lid,
The thing.
the seal, and there's a Dichtungsring, wie heißt Dichtungsring?
The thing that's inside. The thing
So
that's inside.
I'm living in Germany now for 4 years. I come from Canada, and I've learned German, and I use German all the time. And now I'm finding I forget the English word, and I only can think of the German word. Jetzt ist mit Ton, kein Schimpfen bitte. So I decided to mount the pump onto this plank of wood. It's going to sit in the garden. This will make it a little more stable. It'll sit flat. You won't have less of a chance of kinking your hose. And you have to carry it in and out of the garden twice a year. So this is it's a good solid option. I'd recommend it. So. Assembling the pump parts were really easy. You can see what I mean about the wooden board. For me, it's in the garden there, so it helps keep it stable. The hoses just clamp on. There's only 2, so you can't go wrong. And there's 2 holes in the pool pre-cut, so you just feed them through there. Make sure you orientate the pool the way you want it before you fill it with water. Hey guys, if you like this video or if you found it helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm a Canadian guy living in Europe, and I make videos as often as I can about my life here. Thanks. See you on the next one.
Again.
Very good.